The number 5 is a current of life itself, restless and uncontainable, like the rushing river that refuses to stay in one place, carving valleys and shaping landscapes, always moving forward, always searching for the horizon. To be born under the vibration of life path number 5 is to be born with the soul of a traveler, a seeker of experiences, a spirit that cannot accept being caged or confined, for freedom is not just a desire, but a necessity, as vital as breath and as sacred as the beating of the heart. Those who walk the path of 5 are drawn to the unknown with an almost magnetic force, compelled to explore, to taste, to touch, to discover what lies beyond the familiar, to dive into the ever-unfolding mystery of existence. They are the adventurers of the numerological world, the ones who teach us that life is not meant to be endured, but lived fully, with courage, spontaneity, and an openness to whatever the wind may bring. From the moment they take their first breath, the life path 5 is marked by movement. Childhood may carry with it a sense of restlessness, a yearning to try new things, an impatience with routine, and a curiosity that cannot be extinguished. Where others might be content with stability, 5s often find themselves bored, itching for something more, something exciting, something that makes their spirit feel alive. This need for variety is not a flaw, but rather the expression of a deeper truth, that their soul is here to learn through experience, to expand through contrast, to transform through the dance of change. They are meant to taste the richness of life in all its flavors, to learn not by standing still, but by moving through the shifting landscapes of human existence. The energy of 5 carries with it a vibration of freedom. To the life path 5, freedom is not a luxury, it is the very foundation of their being. It is the open sky above, the road that stretches endlessly ahead, the whisper of possibility that calls them forward. When they are denied freedom, they wither. When they are given it, they flourish. Their soul's purpose is to show humanity what it means to embrace change rather than fear it, to demonstrate that liberation does not come from holding tightly to certainty, but from surrendering to the winds of destiny. Yet with this gift comes a challenge, the temptation to mistake freedom for escape, to confuse liberation with avoidance, to run from commitment rather than run toward the deeper truths of the heart. The 5 is a paradox, a being who craves variety yet secretly seeks depth, who longs for adventure yet must learn the art of grounding. They are like the butterfly that dances from flower to flower, tasting nectar, spreading beauty, yet never staying too long in one place. The danger for a 5 is to become lost in endless wandering, to scatter their energy so widely that they forget to anchor their spirit in something that lasts. But when balanced, the 5 is radiant, magnetic, and deeply inspiring. They remind others of the beauty of spontaneity, the wisdom found in embracing uncertainty, the joy of living life as a grand adventure. In relationships, the life path 5 brings excitement and passion. They are charming, often irresistible, with a natural magnetism that draws people to them. Their words can be captivating, their laughter infectious, their presence intoxicating. They thrive in connections that give them space to be themselves, that do not seek to bind or control, but rather to explore and expand alongside them. To love a 5 is to accept the journey, to understand that their heart cannot be locked away, that love for them is an ever-unfolding discovery, not a static possession. They crave partners who are adventurous, open-minded, and willing to grow with them. But here lies one of their greatest lessons, to learn the difference between running away from responsibility and running toward true love. Many 5s face the challenge of commitment, for to commit feels like a surrender of freedom. But when they realize that true love does not imprison but liberates, when they find a partner who celebrates their essence rather than diminishes it, they can become deeply devoted, passionate, and loyal companions. In their careers and pursuits, Life Path 5s shine where there is variety, flexibility, and the chance to explore. They often feel suffocated in rigid routines or repetitive environments. The call of their soul pushes them toward professions that allow them to move, to travel, to interact with people, to use their voice, their charm, and their creativity. They may excel as performers, entrepreneurs, teachers, guides, or communicators. Their gift is their ability to adapt, to thrive in change, to make the unfamiliar feel familiar, and to inspire others with their zest for life. But they must be wary of scattering themselves too thin, of chasing so many opportunities that none are ever truly mastered. Their lesson is to find balance, to allow variety, but also cultivate focus, to taste many fruits, yet learn to savor one deeply. Spiritually, the Life Path 5 is a soul undergoing a profound journey of liberation. They are here to free themselves from fear, from limitation, from the chains of old patterns and beliefs. They are the wanderers who teach others that the path to enlightenment is not always a straight road, but often a winding trail filled with unexpected turns. The number 5 holds within it the vibration of the human experience itself. 5 senses, 5 fingers, 5 toes, the sacred star of humanity with 5 points. It represents the meeting point between spirit and matter, the human soul navigating the physical world with all its temptations, distractions, and opportunities for growth. For the 5, the spiritual path is not about escaping the physical, but embracing it, learning to dance with desire without being enslaved by it, to experience life fully without becoming lost in its illusions. But the shadow of the 5 is temptation. Their desire for freedom can lead them down paths of indulgence, of excess, of recklessness. They may chase thrills to avoid discomfort, seek distraction rather than truth, and confuse endless pleasure with true fulfillment. Addiction, escapism, and instability can become traps for the 5 who resists the deeper lessons of their path. But even in these shadows lies the seed of transformation. For it is often through their struggles, their detours, their mistakes, that 5s discover the higher meaning of freedom. True freedom is not found in constant running or endless indulgence. It is found in the mastery of the self, in the ability to choose consciously rather than be ruled by desire. When a 5 learns this lesson, they become a beacon of liberation, an example of what it means to live freely yet with purpose, to embrace life fully without being consumed by it. The journey of the Life Path 5 is not always easy, but it is always rich with growth. They may encounter many changes in their lifetime, sudden shifts, unexpected opportunities, doors closing, and new ones opening. They are rarely destined for a life of monotony. Instead, their path is one of continual evolution, a dance with the winds of fate. Each change they face is an invitation to grow, each challenge an opportunity to practice adaptability, each new horizon a reminder that the soul is infinite and ever-expanding. Where others may cling to security, the 5 learns that true security lies in trusting the flow of life, in knowing that no matter where the road twists and turns, the spirit remains unbroken. At their best, 5s are visionaries of freedom, catalysts of change, and guides of transformation. They remind us that life is not meant to be feared, but embraced, that change is not an enemy, but a teacher, that the unknown is not darkness, but possibility. They embody the spirit of the traveler who journeys not only across the outer world, but also into the inner landscapes of the soul. They reveal that liberation is not found by escaping life, but by diving fully into it, by experiencing its joys and sorrows, its highs and lows, and emerging with wisdom born from experience.
To walk the path of 5 is to live many lives within one, to be constantly reborn through change, to gather stories and experiences that weave together into a tapestry of a soul that dared to live fully. It is a path of adventure, yes, but also a path of deep spiritual evolution. The freedom they seek outwardly is ultimately a reflection of the freedom their soul seeks inwardly, the freedom from fear, from attachment, from the illusions that bind the human spirit. And when they achieve this, when they learn to balance the restless winds with the steady flame of purpose, they shine as luminous examples of what it means to be truly alive.
So, if you are a life path 5, know that your soul chose this journey for a reason. You were not meant to be confined, not meant to follow the same road as everyone else. You were meant to explore, to discover, to expand, to teach through your example that life is vast, that change is sacred, that freedom is the song of the soul. Your challenges may test you, but they are also your greatest teachers. Each temptation you overcome, each lesson you learn about grounding your freedom in wisdom brings you closer to your highest potential. You are the traveler, the wanderer, the liberator, the one who shows others that the world is not a prison, but a playground of infinite possibility. And as your journey continues, remember that freedom is not the absence of responsibility, but the presence of choice. True liberation is not found in running from commitment, but in choosing with clarity, with love, with purpose. Your path is not about avoiding boundaries, but about learning which boundaries are illusions and which are sacred. You are here to teach others that to live is to change, to grow, to evolve, and that the soul's true adventure lies not in clinging to the past, but in embracing the ever-unfolding mystery of the present moment.
In the end, the life path number 5 is the embodiment of the eternal traveler, the one who carries the spirit of change within their very being. Their life is a journey of freedom, of experience, of transformation, and of wisdom born through adventure. They remind us all that life is not a destination, but a journey, that the soul's evolution is not found in stillness alone, but in the courage to step into the unknown, to risk, to explore, to live. And through their journey, we are reminded of a truth that transcends numbers and time, that to be alive is to be free, and to be free is to awaken to the infinite horizons of the soul.